Welcome back everybody to part 10 of 10 Forgotten NASCAR Crashes. I love this series and I know you guys do too, so make sure you leave a like for more and subscribe if you haven't already. Anyways, let's get straight into it.
Got a tire rub, we got another
fender rub there, the middle there.
Big time
Still
smoke
there.
coming out of this
Fender
88.
bunny,
Oh, we got a
stay low,
crash.
coming down, stay low, come on down, all clear.
And Mark Martin has tagged along. He is involved. Heavy damage on his Chevrolet, bringing out caution for the fourth time.
Mark Martin was running second when something on the car broke and made him spin around and hit the wall hard on the driver's side door. Luckily, the car stayed high and didn't collect any more cars, but it was still a huge hit. The 2008 season was another tough one for Martin, as he was racing part-time for DEI on the Cup side of things. At least this allowed him to get into a junior motorsports car, and he was able to get his first NASCAR win since late 2005.
Lap made his move.
Trying to root Kurt Busch up off the bottom.
Rick. Big Rick. 3 cars around in the middle of the back straightaway. Ryan Newman is in it. Through the grass goes the 37, Travis Quapple.
With 7 laps to go in the 2010 Daytona 500, Elliott Sadler just got loose and turned down into Ryan Newman, sending him head-on into the outside wall. This stacked up the field, led to 2 more cautions, and eventually Jamie McMurray won the race. After Newman's 2008 500 win, he had some pretty bad luck, finishing 36th in 2009 and 34th in this race.
And here comes Jimmy Johnson. He's going to close the gap on Harvick.
Trouble.
We got contact. McMurray, Kyle Busch.
Oh, man.
Ryan Newman goes around, but I don't think he makes contact.
Dale Jarrett's around.
McMurray got clobbered.
And that's such a shame. He finally had a decent run going.
Jamie McMurray thought he was clear, but came up on Tony Stewart and set off this pileup into turn 1. McMurray took a big hit on the inside wall, came up the track and took out Jeff Green, Dale Jarrett, Kyle Busch, and others. At this point, Jamie still only had 1 career win. After winning in only his second start, he would go on a 165 race winless streak before winning at Daytona in 2007.
We've got the yellow flag out here at Iowa Speedway as the 02 of Jamie Dick has tagged the wall, and there the 14 has now gotten into him because the 14 of Eric McClure had a tire going down. So 2 unrelated incidents end up colliding together.
Everybody remembers the crazy finish from this race, where Carl Edwards ran into the back of Ricky Stenhouse Jr. across the finish line, but no one really remembers this odd incident. Jamie Dick had a tire go down, he slammed the wall and came down the track straight into the side of Eric McClure and then just spun out. Jamie's dad, Jimmy, is a very successful car dealership owner and used this to fund a few entries for himself in the Truck Series back in 1995 and 7 races in the Winston West Series. He then used the money from the dealership to start a race team for his son, Jamie.
Back up there and try to gain her lap back.
Oh, trouble! Jason Keller, Todd Bodine, that's Todd in the blue car. Scramble under one car. Oh. Car almost turning over was Doug Hebron. A big scramble is on to try to avoid many cars coming down pit road, some of them near full speed.
Jason Keller lost control in the middle of 3 wide and took a big hit on the outside wall, then came down the track. Todd Bodine hit Keller initially, then Doug Heveron used Kelly's car as a ramp and nearly flipped. Andy Hillenberg arrived on the scene late and tagged Keller a 3rd time. Kevin LePage also spun and hit the inside wall just before the entrance to pit road.
And Michael Waltrip was blessed in the MW Windows car that no contact was made, and we see LePage heading for the inside wall. And there's Todd Bodine, some heavy contact. Bodine's first race with this brand new team. And here's Hebron. Oh man. Hermie Sadler goes under. It looked like he went under Hebron's car.
Montoya goes around.
When you go in and hit that bank, it just unloads the car.
42 in the wall.
Let's see who ended up getting Montoya. Somebody had to have, because he had made a lot of people mad by that point in time.
3rd caution of the day.
Juan Pablo Montoya went into the day thinking it may be his best chance to win on an oval in his career. This was after winning the pole for the New Hampshire race, but his day ended early in the wall. Montoya didn't make any friends that day, roughing up a lot of drivers including Jeff Gordon, but ended up getting taken out by Reed Sorenson. In this shot you can see Sorenson turning his wheels into Montoya. Montoya had 9 poles from 2009 to 2012, 8 of which were on ovals. Unfortunately, he was never able to win on one.
Same thing that Montoya had done to the other ones, and we just talked about Junior. You go across that flat, the car kind of unloads itself a little bit.
So much rougher than what they used to.
Big crash!
One car gets turned sideways and tri-oval. Hermie Sadler is involved in 93, and Dave Blaney is involved.
Go high, go high, go high, go high. There's no one spinning down the bottom.
One car airborne against the catch fence.
And they're still looking down in the corner.
Keep in line, Judge.
77 cars involved in 96.
Early on into the spring Talladega race, Hermie Sadler was hit hard from behind and then hooked Dave Blaney. Blaney went roof first into the outside wall of the tri-oval. Blaney was able to get out under his own power and walk away. The 35-year-old was in his first year of bush racing after dominating USAC and World of Outlaws in his early career.
Wow, that's Blaney's car on its roof right against the catch fence and did its job and shoved him back onto the racetrack.
Straight away in the tri-oval, it's Jeff Burton. Jeff Gordon and Scott Speed.
Something was going on with that group back there. There was a couple of them falling backwards when they went through 3 and 4.
Mike Bliss got into the back of Jeff Burton and then moved down and hit Casey Kane. Burton came down the track and took out Gordon, meanwhile Kane came down the track and spun Scott Speed. Jeff Burton had the best car of the day and led the most with 28. His teammate Kevin Harvick ended up stealing the win with only 2 laps led all day.
A lot of damage to the 33 of Ron Hornaday. This just happening to bring out our 5th caution of the night.
We had a terrific battle going for the 4th spot. Austin Dillon was trying to get by Ron Hornaday.
With only 35 laps to go, Mr. Life in the fast lane got loose under Ron Hornaday. Hornaday ended up spinning into the outside wall, ending his day. With 2 races to go in the 2011 season, this could have had championship implications for Austin Dillon. On the other hand, Ron Hornaday was having his worst season since 2006.
Wheels are turned back to the right, and he has to chase it up the hill. When he does, he makes contact with that left rear and hard into the outside wall.
Did you see how much room Ron gave Austin getting down into turn 1? He was well off the side of the truck.
Terry Cook in the 25 trying to hang on. Now he slides down in front of another truck and into the infield area.
Gets clobbered by Brian Eichler. You can see the rear end has moved way over. There's Brian Eichler. A lot of damage, and that's what happens. He had that penalty, had to go to the back.
Terry Cook was turned by Brian Scott and nearly had it saved, but spun on the exit of turn 4. Unfortunately, he spun directly into the path of Brian Eichler. As the caution came out, Colin Braun had a completely separate incident and spun down the backstretch into the inside wall. Cook ran full-time in the Truck Series for 14 years and managed to pick up 6 wins. 4 of those in a highly competitive 2002 season, where he won 4 races and had 17 top 10s in only 22 races, but still managed to finish 8th in the points. Anyways guys, that's it for this video. I hope you did enjoy. If you did, make sure you leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.